PayrollPanda is a payroll system that helps companies to calculate salaries, deduction, and also payment accurately. So it supports payroll processing based on employee data, working days, and also attendance record. So using PayrollPanda, it helps to ensure that employees are being paid correctly and are being paid on time.
First, the company Core Hive Senior Berhad was created in the PayrollPanda system. During the setup, essential company details such as the company name, business registration number, industry type, address, and contact information were entered. Since the company operates in Malaysia, statutory contribution features such as EPF, SOCSO, and EIS were automatically enabled. These statutory settings are important as they ensure payroll calculations comply with Malaysian regulations. Accurate company setup allows PayrollPanda to correctly calculate employee salaries, deductions, and employee contributions. It also ensures that payslips and statutory reports are generated accurately. In summary, completing the company profile correctly forms the foundation of the payroll system, ensures compliance with statutory requirements, and support the generation of accurate payroll records for the organization. Next, a monthly payroll cycle was created and set as the default cycle in PayrollPanda. The cycle was configured to end on the last day of each month, meaning all salary calculations are processed at month end. This setup ensures that all salary components, including overtime, allowances, and deduction, are fully captured before payroll is finalized. The payroll month is determined based on the ending month of the cycle, ensuring accurate alignment with the calendar year. A monthly payroll cycle was chosen because it is the standard practice in Malaysia. Statutory contributions such as EPF, SOCSO, and EIS are also submitted monthly, making this approach both practical and compliant. To accommodate different employee types and salary structures, several payroll policy settings were configured in PayrollPanda to ensure fair and accurate salary management. Salary proration was set based on calendar days, allowing salaries to be adjusted correctly when employees join or leave mid-month. The overtime base rate was set at 8 hours per day, representing standard working hours and ensuring overtime is calculated only when employees work beyond normal hours. Unpaid leave deductions are calculated using calendar days, ensuring accurate salary reduction for each unpaid absence. Additionally, leave pay was set at 26 days, reflecting the average working days in a month and ensuring paid leave is calculated correctly.
Core Hive currently employs 12 employees, forming a small yet balanced workforce with a different role, different employment type, and also backgrounds. So most employees are permanent staff on a monthly salaries, which includes managers and also administrative staff in the departments. So we have 3 departments in our company, which is human resources, marketing, and also finance. So, for example, in human resource, we have Mr. Firdaus bin Abdullah, and in finance, we have Mrs. Goh Li Huang, and also we have Miss Nawal binti Samad in marketing. So their salaries are vary based on their educational level and also length of service. So Core Hive also employs a daily paid worker, which is Mrs. Khatijah binti Mahmud, who earns 100 ringgit per day. So this flexibility arrangement suits her customer service role. So in addition, we have Mr. Lim Kok Wei, which is an employee without EIS contribution due to his age regulation, but he still continues to contribute actively in the organization. So lastly, Core Hive also supports talent development through its intern. We have 3 interns, which is Miss Liana binti Kamaruzaman, Miss Arshini Anak Perempuan Subramaniam, and also Miss Nordania binti Shamsul. Finally, the company also employs non-Malaysian workers. We have 2 non-Malaysian workers, which is Miss Aurora Hudson under an employment pass, and also Miss Putri binti Said with permanent resident status. So here I will show you guys how to manually add employees. So first, you need to log into your Panda payroll system using your registered email and also password. Once you have logged in, you will be directed to the dashboards where you can view an overview of the payroll activities and also employees. Next, click on the employee menu on the left side panel, and then once you have entered there, you will need to go to the top right where you can see the button plus employee to add new employee. So then you can enter the employee's personal information. After that, fill in their employment details such as their job position, department, salary, employment type, and also joining dates. So once all of the details have been filled, review the information one more time and then click save. So then the employee will appear in the employee list and also be automatically included in the future payroll processing. Next, I will show you guys how to add employees in bulk. So once you're on the dashboard, navigate to the employees section on the left side panel. So click on that and then click on bulk upload on the top right of the dashboard. So then select upload employees. Next, you need to download the template by clicking download sheets. So this template follows the Panda payroll required format. So after downloading the sheets, you need to fill in the required employee details such as full name, identification number, employment type, department, salary, and so on. So after completing the file, save it in CSV format and return to Panda payroll system to upload it using the bulk upload function. So the system will validate the data and also highlight any errors for correction. So once all of the issues are being resolved, confirm the upload, and all of the employees will then be added automatically and included in future payroll processing, making the payroll management faster and also more efficient. Next, I will explain the process of adding new employees and also include information that is required from the previous employers. So first, HR needs to collect the employee's personal information, including their full name, identification number, data, date of birth, nationality, contact details, and residential address. So next, fill in the employee's employment details such as job title, department, employment, and so on. So after that, the most important part is this step, which is obtaining the TP3 form from the employee's previous employee. So the TP3 form contains information on the employee's prior incomes and also their monthly tax deduction or PCB for the current year. So this ensures that tax deductions continue accurately under the new employer. Finally, all of the information are completed. HR needs to click on the Save button, so then the employee will officially added to the payroll system, included in the salary processing, statutory contribution, and also tax reporting. Next, I'll be showing the process of employee leaving the company due to death. So once HR receive a confirmation letter that an employee have passed away, in this case is emailing, HR need to log into their Panda payroll and locates the employee profile under the employee section. So HR needs to click the archive button next to the employee's profile. After that, HR needs to select the reason of archiving this employee, which for this case is to select disease, and records the last working date as the date of death, which is on the 3rd January. Then HR needs to click on confirm to save the changes. After that, the HR needs to go back to the archive section and open the employee's profile and click on the form buttons. And then because of this employee have passed away, HR need to download the form CP22A, which is required when employee leave due to death. So this form must be submitted to LHDM within 30 days from the date of death. Finally, after submitting the CP22A form, the employee's record remain archived in the Panda payroll system for compliance and also audit purposes. Next, I will show you guys the process of an employee leaving the company due to leaving Malaysia. So firstly is Iman binti Iqbal. She needs to inform the HR that she is leaving Malaysia. So HR needs to confirm the departure dates, and also the details, including the last day of working, which is on the 16th January 2026, and the reason for the leaving. So this step is very important because tax clearance must be completed before the employee exits the country. So the first thing that HR needs to do is HR needs to log into the Panda payroll and also locates the employee profile under the employee section. HR then clicks the archive button next to the employee's profile and select Leave Left Malaysia as the reason of archiving. So the last working date is entered accurately to ensure that no salary is processed beyond the date, and also the HR can then click confirm. After that, HR goes to the archive section, open the employee's profile and also click on the form buttons. So since the employee is leaving Malaysia, HR needs to download CP21 form, which is used to notify LHDN of the employee's departure. So required informations such as employment income and also tax deduction is obtained from the Panda payroll system. So once the CP21 is submitted, the HR must withhold the employee's final payment until the tax clearance is issued by the LHDN. So finally, after receiving tax clearance from LHDN, HR can then release the employee's final payment. So the employee records still remain on the archive in the Panda payroll system for compliance and also audit purposes. Next, I will show the process of employee leaving the company due to new job opportunity. So we have Ali bin Wahid, which wanted to resign because of new job opportunity. He first need to submit resignation notice to the HR stating the reason for leaving and also his intended last working day. So HR then will acknowledge the resignation and also confirm the final working date. HR will then need to log into the Panda payroll system and locates the employee profile under the employee section. HR then would need to click the archive button next to the employee's profile and select resign as the reason of archiving this employee and enters the last working date and click confirm to ensure that the payroll processing stops correctly. So after that, HR will then need to go back to the archive section and click onto the employee's profile and then click on the form buttons to download CP22A form, which is used to notify LHDN that the employee has ceased employment. So the required details such as total of remuneration, PCB deduction and also the last working date are obtained from the Panda payroll system. So the CP22A form must be submitted to LHDN within 30 days from the date of the resignation. So finally, the employee's record remains archived in the Panda payroll system for audit and also compliance purposes.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Nur Akila. So today I want to share a bit about running payroll and how Panda payroll make the whole process easier. As we know, payroll is super important because we need to make sure employees are paid accurately and on time and all statutory contributions are properly recorded. So, how do we start? First and foremost, we must go to the payroll section on the Panda payroll dashboard. Pick the month you want to process like January, February or even December and click on it. If you need to add or edit any employee info, just click the little pencil icon. For normal monthly items, you can use the employee tab. But if there is something one-off like extra allowances or deduction, you can do it directly in the payroll tab. Next, make sure all statutory contribution like EPF, SOCSO, EIS and PCB are correct. If you need to send data from Jibble first so that overtime and unpaid leave appear properly. Once you are confident everything is correct, click continue and then approve payroll to generate the updated payroll files. Before finishing, always check the payroll table, make sure all salaries, allowances, deduction and other items are correct. This is also time to add anything missing. Doing this, ensure payroll is complete and ready to go. Now, I want to highlight a few things that I really like about Panda payroll, especially because payroll can
take quite a while to prepare. First, it has an auto lockout function which keeps the employee data safe, so no stress about security. Secondly is it let us choose exactly which file we want, making everything flexible and easier to manage. Honestly, this feature really make the whole payroll process smoother and less stressful. So that's it. Using Panda Payroll not only help us do payroll accurately but also safely and efficiently. Now let's look at how to show the result of a payroll run in the Panda Payroll. Start by going to the Panda Payroll dashboard. On the left hand side, click the payroll menu and you will see a list of months appear. Choose the month you want to check, like January or February. Once you have selected, click on the payroll and then go to the bank payment section. Here, the cool part, the system will automatically prepare all the file you need for employee salary payment as well as contribution to statutory bodies like EPF, SOCSO, EIS, and PCB. When everything is ready, just click download and a zip file, something like bank file January 2026 will be generated. Open the zip file and you will find several tax documents including batch payment, EIS, EPF test, payroll, PCB, SOCSO, and SOCSO test. Each file has the details you need to process employee salaries and statutory contribution correctly. By following this step, you can quickly review all payroll outputs and manage everything efficiently. Honestly, it's really convenient and saves a lot of time, especially when dealing with multiple employees and statutory payments. Next, let's explore about adding a custom payroll item for an employee in Panda Payroll. Start by opening the Panda Payroll dashboard and go to Payroll Settings. Then, select Payroll Item and click on Plus Payroll Item. A tab called Add Custom Payroll Item will be appear. Here, you just need to fill in the details of your custom item and click Save. Once that's done, go back to the payroll item where you will see different categories like remuneration, allowances, and load. The custom item you created will be marked with a custom symbol. For example, that we already custom, which is priority for promotion and also training and certificate sponsorship. To assign a custom item to an employee, go back to the payroll option and select the employee who will receive it. For instance, Aurora Hudson was assigned training and certificate sponsorship, which represent company-sponsored training or professional certificate offered to a high potential employees. Once assigned, click Save and custom payroll item will be included in the employee's payroll for that run. Next, let's see how to access the employee payslip in Panda Payroll. Start by going to the Panda Payroll dashboard. On the left-hand side, click the payroll menu and you will see a list of months. So you can select the payroll month that you want. Then after select the month, click payroll and then choose payroll file. Here, tick the payslip checkbox and click download. This will generate a set of PDF file containing the payslip of all of your employees. To make it easier to understand, we have also included an example of payslip so you can see how the files are structured. Using this method, accessing and distributing payslip become really straightforward and organized, making the payroll management much smoother. Next, let's talk about how to add different payroll items for an employee during a Panda Payroll run. Start by opening the Panda Payroll dashboard and go to the payroll section. Select the payroll month you want to work on and then click payroll to see the list of employees. Then choose the employee you want to update, for example Siti Humaira, and click the pencil icon to edit her payroll details. This will open the edit payroll item page. Here, click the select an item and add the payroll item that you need. This could be bonus, allowance, deduction, overtime, commission, shift allowance, or even medical reimbursement. Don't forget to enter the amount for each item as required. Once you have added everything, click Save and you will see the new item appear alongside the employee base salary in the list. This additional item will then be included in the employee salary calculation for that payroll run, ensuring everything is accurate and complete. By adding payroll item this way, make sure that each employee's pay reflects all their earnings and deduction correctly, which is really important for keeping payroll accurate and fair. Now, let's talk about the differences between adding payroll item in the Employee tab and the Payroll tab, because it is important to know when to use each. When you add payroll item in the Employee tab, they are directly tied to the employee's profile. This is perfect for recurring items like a fixed allowances, deduction, or commission, because they will automatically apply in every payroll run until you decide to change them. On the other hand, adding payroll item in the Payroll tab happen during a specific payroll run. This is useful for one-time or variable items such as special bonus, overtime payment, or temporary deduction, which only apply for that particular payroll period. So basically, the Employee tab is for permanent or recurring items, while the Payroll tab is for ad hoc or temporary items. Knowing the differences help us keep payroll accurate and ensure that employees are paid correctly every time. Next, let's explore about adding a custom payroll item for an employee in Panda Payroll. Start by opening the Panda Payroll dashboard and go to Payroll Settings, then select Payroll Item and click on Plus Payroll Item. A tab called Add Custom Payroll Item will be appear. Here, you just need to fill in the details of your custom item and click Save. Once that's done, go back to the payroll item where you will see different categories like remuneration, allowances, and load. The custom item you created will be marked with a custom symbol. For example, that we already custom, which is priority for promotion and also training and certificate sponsorship. To assign a custom item to an employee, go back to the payroll option and select the employee who will receive it. For instance, Aurora Hudson was assigned training and certificate sponsorship, which represent company-sponsored training or professional certificate offered to a high potential employees. Once assigned, click Save and custom payroll item will be included in the employee's payroll for that run. To include a payroll summary report for at least 2 consecutive months in Panda Payroll, start by accessing the Panda Payroll dashboard and navigating to the payroll section. From there, select the month you want to include, for example, January and February. Next, click Payroll File and tick the option for Payroll Summary PDF and Payroll Summary Excel. Then, click Download to generate the 2 files. The result will be appear as shown here and here. So, additionally, there is another option like here to generate a yearly report. This allows you to produce a summary of payroll data for the entire year in a single file, which also provide a convenient overview of salaries, deduction, allowances, and other payroll items for all employees. Well, finally, let's see how to view your to-date data or YTD for an employee. Go to the employee, then click Bulk Upload if you need to include past salary data for a new employee. Click Upload YTD data, download the template sheet, fill in the past salary details and upload it. Then click Done. Next, select the employee whose YTD data that you want to view. Click on the employee and then click Edit YTD data page will be appear. Here, you can see all salary information, allowances deduction and other payroll items for past month, giving a complete overview of the employee earning and contribution throughout the year. This ensures that the YTD data is accurate and up to date, even for recently joined employees. By following all these steps and using Panda payroll features, we can manage payroll in a way that is accurate, safe, efficient, and organized. That's all for PayrollPanda part. Thank you.
For this part, I will demonstrate how to create an organization and add users in Jibble. First, we open the Jibble website and click on Start Now in order to begin setting up an account for our organizations. Next, we enter our email address and password and then click on Create Account to create an admin account. After that, Jibble will bring us to the organization setup page. So on this page, we will fill in the required details like the organization name, its industry, and also the organization size. And we need to input our role as an owner. Then, once all the details are completed, the Jibble organization is successfully created. And if you want to check the organization details, we can go to the Setting tab and click on Organization to see the organization information that we have successfully created. Now, we move on to adding users into Jibble. From the Jibble dashboard, we go to the Setting tab, click on People, and then we select Add Members. At this stage, we can either invite members using a link. Once they click the link, they can join the Jibble organization easily. Or we can add members manually by entering the employee's full name, their email address, and their phone numbers. If we want to add more employees, we can simply click on Add New Member and repeat the same steps. Then after finishing the step, we click on Save and then click Convert. Once this process is completed, all the added members will appear in the people list. And we can also click on any employee's name in order to view their profile.
Today I will explain the time tracking rules in Jibble, which are divided into 4 main categories. For the first one is face recognition verification. When this is enabled, employees must verify their face before clocking or out, making it a strict and secure method. If it is disabled, employees can still clock in using a selfie, even with only part of their face visible, which is less strict but still serve as basic proof of attendance. Second is activity and project requirements. Since we are not using the premium version, location tracking per entry is unavailable. However, HR can require employees to select an activity such as admin HR or onboarding before clocking. If activity or project are not set by HRs, employee cannot clock in. Projects are mainly useful for a structured company to track how long specific tasks or a construction project take. HR can also disable editing of time entry and location to prevent missuits, such as adjusting late arrival time. There is live location and geofence automation. Geofencing allows employees to clock in automatically when they enter a workplace and clock out when they leave. If stricter discipline is needed, this feature can be disabled. Employee must be within the set radius, usually 300 meters, to clock in successfully. So, lastly, screenshot monitoring is used mainly to remote or hybrid work. Screenshots are taken every 10 minutes in blurry resolution to ensure accountability while protecting privacy. They are stored only for a limited time for payroll and audit purposes, then deleted. There is live location and geofence automation. Geofencing allows employees to clock in automatically when they enter a workplace and clock out when they leave. If stricter discipline is needed, this feature can be disabled. Employee must be within the set radius, usually 300 meters, to clock in successfully. So, lastly, screenshot monitoring is used mainly to remote or hybrid work. Screenshots are taken every 10 minutes in blurry resolution to ensure accountability while protecting privacy. They are stored store only for a limited time for payroll and audit purpose, then deleted.
My name is Najwa binti Zulkifli and I will be explaining about the leave management. So first, I will explain about the public holidays under leave management. So in Malaysia, public holidays can differ depending on the states. So therefore, in Jibble, Core Hive created two public holidays calendars, which are Selangor and Penang. So to set this up, the admin logs into Jibble, goes to settings and select public holidays and also create a new calendar by choosing the relevant state. After saving the first calendar, the same steps are repeated to create another calendar for the different states. So once the calendars are created, they are then assigned to employees. So this is done by going to settings and clicking on people, selecting an employee profile, and also choosing the correct public holiday calendar based on their work location. So this ensures that employees only observe the public holidays that apply to their state and helps to prevent errors in attendance and leave records. Next, I will explain paid and unpaid leave policies. So all leave policies are managed under the time off section in Jibble and are structured based on company policy and the Employment Act 1955. So starting with annual leave, Core Hive created different policies for different employee categories. So to create an annual leave policy, the admin goes to settings and select time off, clicks on add time off policies, chooses annual leave, and then set the entitlement and assigns the policy to the relevant employees. So for interns, Core Hive provides 2 days of paid annual leave as a company benefit. So even though interns are not legally entitled under the Employment Act, but we still give them. So for entry-level employees, they are given 14 days of annual leave, which complies with the Employment Act requirement. And for the senior managers, they receive 21 days of annual leave, which exceed the minimum legal requirement and support their work-life balance. Next is medical leave. So medical leave is created by adding a new policy under the time off section, which selecting medical leave, setting the entitlements to 14 days and marking it as a paid leave. So this policy is assigned to all employees and complies with the Employment Act 1955. After that is hospitalization leave. So to set this up, the admin add another time off policies and select hospitalization leaves and then set the entitlement to 46 days and assign it to the permanent employees only. So this ensures that the total medical and hospitalization leave does not exceed 60 days as stated in the Employment Act. So lastly, Core Hive also created an unpaid leave policy. So this is done by adding a new policy under the time off, selecting unpaid leave and setting it as unpaid with no fixed entitlement and assigning it to all employees. So unpaid leave allows employees to take additional time off with management approval, and salary adjustment are handled automatically by the system. So overall, these leave policies are clearly structured in Jibble to ensure fairness, legal compliance, and efficient leave management.
Jibble application is used to record employee attendance, working hours, and also overtime. So by using these applications, employees can easily clock in and clock out using their devices. So all attendance records of an organization employee are stored automatically in this system. So this helps human resource to avoid manual attendance sheets, and it can also reduce the risk of mistake. Next, we will explain on how to integrate PayrollPanda with Jibble. First, we log into PayrollPanda account, and from the PayrollPanda dashboard, we go to the Setting tab and click on Integrations. Here, we select Jibble from the list of available integrations, and after that, we proceed to connect PayrollPanda with Jibble. Also, we need to enter the required details and make sure that the organization name matches with both systems. Once done, we can click on the Connect button. Next, we set the regular working hours, leave, and overtime period. For the date range, we choose from the first day of the payroll month until the last day of the payroll month. This is to ensure that the payroll calculations are done monthly and accurately. Then, after completing the setup, we can click on Save. When the integration is successful, we can see a green tick next to Jibble. This green tick shows that PayrollPanda and Jibble are now successfully integrated. The integration can also be done through Jibble. From the Jibble dashboard, we can go to the Setting tab, click on Integration, and select PayrollPanda. After completing the step, a green tick will appear on PayrollPanda. It's confirmed that the integration with Jibble is successful. Finally, we will show how to sync employees from PayrollPanda to Jibble. First, we go to PayrollPanda, click on the Employee tab and select all employees that exist in the organization. Next, we click on the Add to Jibble button and click Confirm to proceed with the syncing process. Once completed, we can see the Jibble logo appear next to the employee name. It indicates that the employees are successfully synced between PayrollPanda and Jibble account.
Okay, next I will show how unpaid leave is recorded and reflected in payroll. So first, open the Jibble and go to the time off section. Click at time off and on the right side, then select the employee. For example, Aurora Hudson. Choose the policy unpaid leave, insert the leave dates and make sure only weekdays are selected. And then click save. Second, HR must approve the leave by using an approval override. Once approved, Aurora will officially have 2 days of unpaid leave recorded in the system. Third, open PayrollPanda and sync the data. Wherever there is any update in Jibble, HR must refresh PayrollPanda so the latest information is updated correctly. Lastly, after sync, the unpaid leave will be displayed near the bottom of Aurora's name in PayrollPanda, confirming that the unpaid leave has been successfully recorded and reflected in payroll.
Hi and good day. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to check leave record using the Jibble. Jibble is a time and attendance management system that lets users manage time tracking, attendance record and also leave information all in one platform. So first and foremost, what you guys must to do is you guys need to access the Jibble dashboard. Then this is where you can review all the relevant leave and time tracking details. Next, select the time off menu from the dashboard. For the third step, you must do is go to the overview page. Here, you will see a list of all leave that has been taken and you can see the green one which is it say that approved. Then finally, you can customize the leave list by filtering the data. You can choose either you want today or this week or even this month, this year, or even select a custom date range which including a specific year. This makes it easy to find exactly what you are looking for. And that's it. That's how you can quickly and easily check leave record in Jibble.
Next, overtime hours are captured using the Jibble time tracking system, which is integrated with PayrollPanda. Jibble records employees' daily working hours and automatically identifies overtime when the hours worked exceed the standard daily working values. In this case, the employee worked beyond the normal working hours and Jibble calculated a total of 1.5 hours of overtime based on the predefined work schedule. Once the overtime hours are reviewed and approved, Jibble consolidates the total overtime for the payroll period. Instead of transferring multiple daily entries, the system sends the total approved overtime hours as a single value to PayrollPanda. PayrollPanda then applies the employee's hourly rate and the applicable overtime multiplier of 1.5 to calculate the overtime payment. The overtime amount is displayed as one consolidated overtime line item in the payroll system. This integration ensures accuracy, prevents duplication, and simplifies payroll processing while maintaining compliance with overtime and labor regulations.
Finally, I will explain how employees can view their payslips. So HR completes payroll in PayrollPanda, and then the payslip will be generated automatically after the payroll is finalized. And then after all that processes, payslip will be sent to employees via their emails. So in PayrollPanda, admin can also view each and every employee's payslip as they are still working with us. So here are the example of how employee will get their payslip by their email. So to easily understand the processes, after payroll is completed in the PayrollPanda, payslips are generated automatically. The employees will receive their payslip through their emails in PDF format. And for security purposes, the PDF is password protected, and employees are required to enter their IC number as the password. And once the correct password is entered, employee can view their full payslip details such as salary deductions, overtime, and unpaid leave. And they may also download their payslip for their own records. So this process is secure, efficient, and transparent for both employees and HR. I think that's all from us. Thank you very much.